It was sickening. Once that demon started doing that, the pain that shot up my arms and went into me, it just felt like lightning was burrowing into me. And it forced me to start screaming again. And now I'm screaming at a whole new level of pain. And you're so desperate. You're so desperate. I knew it was a waste of time, but I looked over to the demon to my left. I was about to beg it for mercy. And suddenly I could see it fully manifested. It was no longer a dark shadow. And it was the most grotesque thing I'd ever seen. Distorted, razor sharp teeth. Its eyes were blood red. It looked like blood with slits. It was cloaked in a black cloak. It looked like a mix of lizard and pig. And it was like a mix of all kinds of things. And when I looked over at it as I'm screaming, I saw it begin to like this gurgling exhale of pure erotic satisfaction. And I realized they get high on my pain. That's what makes them high, is my pain. And all of that, the demonic torment that happens in this place of hell that I'm in, I believe that I was taken from like the pits of hell. I felt like I was taken to this place where I was at, and I would be here for whatever time to experience whatever torment they wanted me to experience, and then I would be taken back to the pits for a time. And then I'd go to a different place of torment, some other different form. That's what I believe. So the only thing coming out of this experience, not that it had a name, but if I had to name it something, I would call it the screaming chamber. Because that's what you had to do, is scream, scream, scream. And you had to scream at an amplitude that was pleasing to hell, and you could never stop, ever, not even for 1 microsecond. As soon as you stopped screaming for any reason, the demons came. And the torment that they would exact on you was far worse. You would beg for the fires of hell to come back. That they will torment you in ways I can't even describe on these channels. That's why I've had people like, how do you know it was a dream? Because I'm like, the evil that I witnessed was inhuman. It wasn't even humanly possible. Humans couldn't even come up with the things that they were doing. It was just that awful. You don't have dreams where you're experiencing pain so bad you are screaming at the top of your lungs in absolute pain and absolute torment. You know, I'm experiencing things you just don't experience in dreams. So the demonic torment that I experience is now what I would call like the second level of my experience. But it was about to get worse yet. In that moment, the pain I was experiencing seemed to subside. The demonic encounters, they seemed to vanish. And I was just left with this reality. But I had to focus on this reality. It was all I knew. It was the only thing I knew in that moment. I didn't know anything else. I didn't think any other thought. It was just solely everything that consumed me was this. The word eternity. The concept of eternity. I am going to be here forever and ever and ever and ever with no end. And that's so hard to describe right now. But I can tell you where I was, I understood eternity perfectly. And quite simply, I grasped it. And I just felt this bottomless nothingness of absolute doom. You're never getting out of here. Now we know that death and hell are called up and out. And all of this, anyone whose name's not written in the Lamb's Book of Life, everything is cast into the lake of fire.